Welcome back. We move on now to our next session under the title of Made in Karnataka, Global Unicorn Breeding Ground. Well, Karnataka has an enviable track record in creating unicorns, widely seen as a home for unicorns and also soonicorns. From best-in-class educational institutions to multiple incubation centres, just what is Karnataka's secret sauce? Well, time now to find out in our next session, and it's a great pleasure and an honour to have two ministers here for this next session, or just one minister for this next session. I do apologise. So please do give a very warm welcome. It's a great privilege to have here with us today Dr. Ashwath Narayan, Minister of Science and Technology, Higher Education and Information Technology and Biotechnology for the Government of Karnataka.
Hi.
Wonderful to have you here. Please do take a seat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A great pleasure to have you here. Now, before we get started, I wanted to actually give you a chance to respond to our previous guest, Nikhil. He gave you a lot of praise on what you're doing at the moment for entrepreneurship and the startup economy here and things like that as well. So what is your reply to him? Because he was also saying that there is still a little bit to be done as well. So what's your reply?
State of Karnataka, and particularly Bangalore, the innovation, the technology, entrepreneurship has become a culture here. And this has been the strength of the state of Karnataka. Probably we are lucky for really to have this kind of environment, this progressive, and it is a future looking because of the talent of the people who live here and the kind of collaboration which has happened earlier has facilitated and it has encouraged for the state of Karnataka to become a very fertile area to take it forward. And more so, all the governments in the state of Karnataka, whichever government, irrespective of the political party, we have been encouraging a lot of technology and entrepreneurship and startups, innovation, and it's become a real culture, and the state of Karnataka is placed as a #1 state in the entire country for the innovation and for the startups. We are in the top position. And more so, the Bangalore city, from the time of independence, the science was more based in the city of Bangalore. And it's more called as in a science city. Science has led to the further growth of the technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship and startups. And startup has really picked up, and it's really a pride of Karnataka youngster and entrepreneur like our unicorn, Nikhil, have been a pride of the state of Karnataka. They've been doing extremely well. And they've been an inspiration. And more so, for many of the youngsters to become entrepreneurs, we have been always, our Honorable Prime Minister has always been advocating, be a job creator. Probably this kind of talent and entrepreneurship can facilitate and encourage much more to happen. And state has been, we are inculcating and perpetuating this kind of culture, and it becomes a part of our society.
Well, Karnataka, especially Bengaluru's contribution to building India's tech sector really is significant. You've also been linked as India's Silicon Valley. What does that sort of tag mean to you as well? And what sort of factors do you feel have brought on the success story of this area?
To be really very frank, earlier in South India, we had to tell where Bangalore is, it was very difficult. Now, past 2 decades, it is so easy. In India, one city is very well known across the world is Bangalore. You need not tell anything. If you tell Bangalore, people will know which place is that. So, since Silicon Valley, other than the Silicon Valley of the California, the Silicon Valley of India, we have got really that kind of recognition that has made a huge difference. Each and every person of the state of Karnataka, we feel really proud and pride that we are the Silicon Valley of the India. Now we are expecting it to be part of the better position since all the system has become much more mature. And we are getting very good encouragement, and potentially we do have a lot of skilled manpower which can cater to the entire world. That is the kind of talent we do have in the state of Karnataka. We have talent coming from across the country, from across the world. And this has become a real place where the technology is been encouraged, the innovation is been encouraged, and it's become the most happening place. So this has led to the worldwide recognition. See, now we feel really good that we can see our future here itself. We need not go anywhere. We can see our future here. If you look at the numbers, we have much more numbers than the Silicon Valley of California also. When it comes to the valuation, we are far behind. When it comes to the numbers, probably in the skilled manpower, we have much more higher numbers. Even now, there's a huge potential. Even now, there's a demand for more than a 4 lakh skilled employees. Even now, the opportunity is open.
And now that you've really made a name for yourself, it's going to become even more popular. We actually had a session earlier on brand building, and that it really is that, isn't it? It's building the brand of the area, of course, as well. So what are you thinking in terms of sort of multiple areas of excellence going forward, and how you're looking to stay ahead of the curve in the future?
In this direction, we have been working very closely, collaborating with the industry, and bringing out with very good policies. Whatever policies, we were the first state to come out with an IT policy, startup policy, ESDM policy, supported by Government of India. Along with that, engineering R&D policy also. Engineering R&D policy, so far it was not existing. We have come out with a new engineering R&D policy. Now in future, we are coming out with much more initiatives. Probably establishment of the Karnataka Digital Economy Mission also is facilitating in a very big way. It's really a good organization, one of its kind. And similar kind of organization has been established in Singapore. On the similar lines, we were the first state and a country in India, we were the first state. In the world, probably after Singapore, we were the second one. So by thereby establishing a digital economy mission, it will become as a bridge and facilitate whatever required cooperation between the industry, and the industry is part of the government. It's not outside, it's inside part of the government. And we have a lot of vision group for IT, biotechnology, and for vision group for nanotechnology, and as well as newly started for startups. To exclusively to ensure the startup concern can be addressed very well, and we have established innovation authority. Now the sandbox used to be earlier restricted to few sectors. Here this innovation is open for any sector. So whatever is the shortcomings in the law will not come in the way of any innovation. And we were the first people, probably this establishment under the law to come out with an innovation authority, we were the first people. And like this, we have come out with many policies. In future also, we are coming out with many policies, incentives, and more so to ensure the availability of the skilled manpower also. We are improvising the quality of education and the quality industry ready. Once they pass out, they should be industry ready and employable, and a dynamic personality, a holistic personality with all kind of talents, diverse talents, we are ensuring, so that we should not be second to none in the qualities in the terms of skilled manpower and learning. So we are establishing in a very big way.
Speaking of talent, when we sort of look at the global picture, are you doing anything to incentivize global talent to come here to Karnataka at all? Is there any incentives at all?
Probably the opportunity is plenty here. See, we are not reached any saturation. There's opportunity, plenty of opportunities there for them to do business and to make a better future. Probably this is a most fertile, and the employees availability also at a very low cost, cost effective, and availability and ecosystem, the venture capitalists, the industry, the government is very facilitating environment, and more so the incentives. We are willing to provide land, whatever establishments, particularly with regard to the electronics. We are also in the terms of, we are discussing with Rajiv Chandrasekharji, is our Minister for Electronics and Skill Development. And we have been working closely to make Karnataka as the Make in Karnataka encouragement as a policy we want to initiate and ensure whatever the requirement of our country and for the entire world can be catered from here. So in this direction, we are coming out with a lot of incentives. Whoever wants to establish establishments, we are providing land. In the terms of incentives with regard to the plant and machineries, more than up to 50% it has been provided.
There has been a phenomenal amount of unicorns that have come out of Karnataka. So why is the ground so fertile here to produce unicorns, essentially?
It has happened because the chemistry is good and chemistry is good and the ecosystem is really built because of all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders have come together and made it as an ideal place. Probably it has clicked and people from diverse background from various parts of the country, irrespective of state, people have come here and made their home and they've been working. They are all the real cause for the success. And the government also, we have been very closely working with all the companies and more so the government of India, the digitalization drive, the digitalization and encouragement from government of India has set the real foundation. If not for the government of India, digitalization and for the seeding of the Aadhaar has facilitated things to happen in minutes and days. Otherwise, in earlier condition, it would have been really difficult for any of the startups to do well. We need to really acknowledge our most dynamic Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji. Because of his initiatives, the entire country has been performing, doing well. It's been forward-looking, right, left, center. The reforms are brought in. In every small sector, let it be a small or big sector, we can witness what is the need of the hour will be done immediately. We don't even have to ask him. He'll start, would have been churning out and working in this direction. Really, that has facilitated for the state to become the most ideal place for the startups to do well. And most of the unicorn, the culture, and there have been, very good opportunities, good opportunities, mentoring, encouragement, incubators. There are plenty of incubators, there are plenty of venture capitalists, and the cross-pollination. American companies also most responsible. See, many of the American companies, the first one to establish also was Texas Instrument, and among the Fortune 500 companies, 400 are based in Bangalore, GCCs, GICs, R&D. More than 51% of the R&D houses are based in Bangalore. So there are plenty of talent. See, talent availability, institutions have made the real difference. All the combination, everything came together and ensured that this has become the most fertile and future-looking. And in future, 80% or 75% of the unicorns only will be from Bangalore and Karnataka.
Wow. It's a big statement as well. There we go. You heard it here first. Speaking of talent and the youth, I think I was speaking with Minister Chandrasekhar yesterday, and we were talking about how, becoming an entrepreneur is a very big thing for a lot of the youth at the moment, isn't it? It's quite a fashionable thing to do. And it's a thing that, a lot of people want to get into. I'm married to an entrepreneur, and I understand that it's a 24-hour job. If you want to go anywhere, correct? So I was just wondering, what your sort of advice would be to the youth that are looking to get into this sector, and what are the warning signs, but what are the main sort of like opportunities as well? What go hand in hand?
So the most important places are the academic institution. Now we are extending it to all the institutions, the incubators. Incubators are established in most of the institutions. Thereby, they've been given very good mentorship, guidance, and encouragement, and whatever facilitation, even the seed money has been provided through many programs. Seed money and venture capital and mentorship, facility, common instrumentation facilities, and co-working spaces. Like this, it has been provided across the state. Even in the most remote place, we have come out with a very good policy to encourage all the institutions to establish very good incubators across the state of Karnataka. And most of the technical institutions also, we have revised the entire curriculum. We have revised the curriculum. Now we are encouraging. Earlier, the internship used to be only for 4 weeks. Now it is there for the 36 weeks. They've been allowed to have the internship in best of the best companies. We are asking them to facilitate this kind of collaboration. Thereby, their quality of learning will become good and their entrepreneurship attitude will increase. And we are trying to ensure that holistic development of a person, so that by personality also, normally the STEM student, most of them will be introverts. So we want each and every person to become an extrovert, open up, do well, acquire as possible the leadership qualities and the hobbies, and more so connect with all the things, because this has become the most happening place. The state of Karnataka has become the most happening place, and most of our entrepreneurs are the startup people, the industry people have been reaching out each and every institution. They've been reaching out, they've been collaborating, they've been working in various programs. And I think thereby the steady supply or the sustenance can happen in the entrepreneurship. We can see in future in a very big numbers, probably the numbers will become much more bigger.
very exciting time for the state. It really is. Minister, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. What an honour to have you here on the stage with us today.